Hello world, Shelly here, and I am so excited to give you my first impressions playing with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palettes. I ordered this the day I got home from Ireland on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website. I'm happy to report the shipping was very fast. I did pay for the $6 expedited shipping, but then I had it in 3 days. It is in my hands right now. I'm going to try it for the first time with you guys, give you guys my first impressions, do an eye look with it. This retails for $42. You can currently order it online from the ABH website or from Ulta.com. You can get it this weekend in stores at Ulta. It will come out next week on, let's see, August 7th, I believe, on Sephora.com, and then August 17th you can get it in store at Sephora and Nordstrom, Macy's, elsewhere, etc. So get your hands on it if you are so inclined. It is so pretty. $42 gets you 14 shades. There are 7 shimmers, 7 mattes in this palette. They are beautifully cool toned. We got some purples, we got some magentas, we got some pinks. So up my alley. The format of the palette is just like all of the other ABH palettes. It's got that sort of velveteen cover to it, magnetic closure. It does come with a brush, dual-ended brush. I never use these. I store all of my brushes in cups, so dual-ended brushes always end up getting damaged, and so I just don't even bother with them. But super excited. I've got the rest of my face on, and let's just get into this thing. Awkward. Scooches in so you can see what I'm doing. I have primed my lids with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly as per usual. What the heck am I gonna do today? You know, everyone's been doing purple with this celestial shade of all the looks I've seen, and it's gorgeous. Do not get me wrong, that is gonna live on my eyeballs, but I'm thinking something. I definitely want to dig into these darker shades over here. I'm thinking rose gold. I love this taupey color just at a glance, so that's kind of where my brain is starting out. I'm going to set my primer with the shade Base and use that just to take away the tackiness of the primer that I had put down. While this is sort of a cream color that might be a little too dark for fair skin tones, it seems to be working okay for me. Next, I'm going to take a fluffy crease blending brush and go into the shade Love. Whoa. These are powdery, so I just tapped in one time. I have a ton of product on my brush, and you can see there's some kick up in the pan. So these are, again, shadows you're going to have to be very gentle with. Fluffy crease brush, and this is the Wayne Goss number 3, and I'm just going to take this as my transition shade in and above the crease. Go a little bit higher if you've got hooded lids, just so that you can still see that color when you open your eyes straight on. Next, I'm going to take a flat tapered blending brush. This is the Sigma E25, and dip into that gray shade Volatile and use that as my crease color. I'm going to keep this lower than I kept the shade Love. This brush is really good for that because it only splays out to blend sort of long ways. Since it's a flatter brush, you won't get it doing all of that sort of diffusion that a fluffy brush like the Goss number 3 does. Every brush has its purpose. Next, I'm going to take the Makeup Geek Outer V brush and the shade Passion, and I'm going to use that to deepen the outer third of the eye and kind of take it just a little bit into that outer crease as well. I'm going to take a flat shadow brush, this is the MAC 233, and go into that purple shimmer Drama and place this on the outer half or so of the lid. You gonna sort of pack it on it. Oh, that's pretty. Packing it on, and this is dry. Don't even have to wet it. That's a pretty, pretty purple. Same brush, I'm just gonna clean it off in a color switch, and I'm gonna go into the rose gold shade and apply this on the inner third of the lid. Wow, that is like true rose gold. You ever notice how rose golds always seem to be more gold than rose? Oh, this is pretty. And if you feel like you lost any of the purple, just go back and forth with the purple and the rose gold until you like the blending. Got a little bit of fallout right there. These shimmers seem to prefer to be packed on rather than blended on. With a smaller crease blending brush, this is the Wayne Goss 19, I'm just going to go back in with Volatile a tiny bit to smooth out the crease transition here. I'm going to take a tiny flat shader. This is a Luxie 223 and the shade Dreamer on the inner corner. Ooh! Ooh, that's pretty. Use base on the brow bone right under my arch for just a little bit of brightening. I'm gonna skip the glitter up there, but I think Dreamer would also be beautiful. Lower lash line, I'm going to take a pencil brush, this is the Wayne Goss 05, and back into that shade Love, and run that just under the lower lash line. I'm gonna take the Morphe M508 and go into that shade Passion and darken right up against the lower lash line. And take a smudger brush, this is It Cosmetics, but the number has worn off, so I don't know what it is. And just sort of blend this out with no product, just blur it out a little bit. I want just a tiny bit of drama on the outer third. You get what I did there? Drama's the color and what I want. And just kind of fade that away at the center. I'm just going to take a blank brush, no product, Morphe M441, blend the edges one last time. Use the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner on my upper lash line. Gonna tight line and add mascara, and here is the final look. I used the Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil in Legend for my waterline. Mascara is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2, and my lip is the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine in Back Talk. Officially obsessed with these, wore this all through my trip in Ireland, and let's talk about this palette. Love the color story. The shadows, while they are a little bit powdery on the mattes, if you're careful, this is not going to be a subculture part 2 issue. I did not have trouble with the subculture palette. Mine is fine, but if you did have trouble with it or you had a very powdery one, this is not that. It's, you know, modern Renaissance levels of powdery, similar formula for the mattes. Just be careful tapping into them and tap your brush off if you get too much on there. And the Shimmers are gorgeous. I think they hold up really well dry. You can wet them, of course, to get more payoff, but I think this is perfectly fine without wetting the brush at all. My only complaint is that I had quite a bit of fallout with a couple of the shades, and it did not sweep away very cleanly, so it left kind of a mess. I think in the future I will do my eye makeup first before I put my face makeup on to avoid that problem, or, you know, bake my face with powder and brush it away after I've done my eye makeup. But other than that, I think this is beautiful. I think this is maybe my favorite color story from ABH. Prism is also dear to my heart, but I think this might beat Prism out. I'm gonna need to play with it a few more times, come up with a few more looks, and see what the final verdict is, but I love it. If you are into this kind of color story, these colors, purples, pinks, this kind of color scheme, and you enjoy the ABH eyeshadow formula, I think you will enjoy this and you will not be disappointed. So there is my first look at the ABH Norvina palette. If you would like to see more looks from these palettes, if you enjoyed this look, let me know in the comments down below. Give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I would appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.